It was a wrong number that started it. Daniel Quinn, a man of many names and a man of many words. Yet no one calls his name, because his family was dead. Even now, forgotten and unloved, he tries to forget his own name, for he only writes under the name of William Wilson, and lives through the words of Mac's work. Until I'm looking for Paul Auster. Who is this Paul Auster? An enigma? A mystery? Or a chance for Quinn to prove himself? Paul Auster, the man Quinn could be. Quinn arrives at the apartment. He doesn't know what to expect. But reality pulls them back to the surface. He reminds himself he's no longer Quinn. He's Paul Auster, the detective, the hero of the story. He meets the victim, an unassuming and luminous young man, Peter Stillman. As Quinn sits down, he listens attentively to the serious anecdotes of the rambling young man. He learns of his horrors, a life trapped and abused by the man who was supposed to be his father, Dr. Stillman. And finally, his fear of his father coming back for revenge. The name Peter haunts Quinn, for it is the name of his dead son. He takes the case. And for the first time in a long time, Quinn finally put his name to something. And so the days of following Dr. Stillman ensued. Days spent in the city streets, scrabbling away, picking up clues. Clue after clue, question after question, step after step. Was Stillman's past writing something out, signaling a sign to Quinn? Will Quinn ever uncover his true motive of Dr. Stillman? Is there even truly a motive, or is it all in his mind? Regardless, it gives Quinn hope, gives him meaning. He is the hard-boiled detective. He is Paul Auster. In a flash, he loses Dr. Stillman. He loses himself, his everything. Facing a dead end, there's nowhere to go but the truth. The true Paul Auster. But he is not the Paul Auster. In his mind, this Paul Auster is a renowned detective, a man all-knowing. Yet, upon arriving at Paul Auster's apartment, he comes to find out that Paul Auster and himself are not so different. Scanning the room, children's toys lay about, family portraits line the walls. This Paul Auster was no longer just a man, but a reflection of the man Quinn could have been, would have been. And so the Paul Austers converse, both writers, both men of words, and though yet one infinitely happier than the other. Despite finding no hope in Paul Auster, Quinn finds hope in himself. Little by little, and at the cost of his own apartment, he transforms the dumpster into his own space, fulfilling his duties, just watching day and night. Yet the human part of him speaks out, his stomach and his poverty. Without money to keep him going, he reluctantly leaves his extremely humble abode. Quinn didn't know that by simply leaving, his world would come undone by the very method that brought his work meaning. A phone call. Dr. Stillman's dead. He jumped the bridge. Days, weeks, months, Quinn has spent slaving away. Then again, we'll never know how long he was living in his delusion. We'll never know of the details in between. The author is unsure himself with how much time has passed. Nonetheless, it was clear Quinn wasn't the hero he thought he was, or rather could be. The pages of his story were coming to an end. But then again, he didn't even know who he was to begin with. If he was not the hero, who was he? He couldn't be Paul Auster, couldn't even be Max Work, a man who he created. Hell, he couldn't even be Daniel Quinn. He lost himself to the pages of a detective novel he wrote in his head. And that's when I found the notebook.